Hello everybody and welcome back to another Atrus Studios tutorial. Now today's tutorial is all about setting up the rest of this equipment system, basically teaching you guys how to skin or get the skin mesh renders set up properly. I was doing some experiments just earlier today and I realized that if you have, say for instance, I'm going to press escape real fast, we select this body, right? So over here, as you can see inside of our skin mesh render setting, we only have one material set up here, right? And using this equipment system the way we have it is that if we try to switch out this model with an object that has two different colors on it, then what's going to happen is that it's going to only give us the one material type and then it's not going to assign the next material type. Now I found a workaround around this, of course, so that's what we're going to be discussing today, all right? So, yeah, the inventory system works exactly the way that it should. These are all just experiments that I was running. And of course, we still need our feet because, you know, they're cold. So, let's go ahead and do that. Now, we're going to be stepping outside of our comfort zone. We're not going to be working in Unity today. We're actually going to be going over into Blender. Now, I know that some people, they don't really like Blender. They think Blender sucks, but for me personally, Blender is probably one of the best programs and softwares out there. So basically what you're going to do is just get a normal character. You're going to rig it up, all that good stuff. So as you can see, all these models are rigged to this one armature, right? Now, this is not a video teaching you how to rig your characters and all that. Just know that this is basically just, say for instance, these pants, they're rigged to the armature. These legs, they're rigged to the armature. The head is rigged to the armature. Okay, so that's all that's going on right there. Now, we're going to do this with our feet because that's sort of what we want to be able to do today. And as you can see, they are, well, they're not really a good color. So what we want to do first is we want to be able to set up a material node. Now, the material is going to take into account this color palette right here. So to set this up, all you need to do is either create a brand new material or use the default material that they give you and then go over to your shadings node. Okay, from here you're going to right click or press shift A, and then search or go over to textures and then select an image texture right here. Now I'm using a color palette that I found off of Google. You can use whatever you want to use. Just know that you want to try to make sure that it's not copyrighted, okay? All right, so from there, you're just simply going to drag the color into the base color and change this from linear to closest, just like so. You can adjust some of these other settings as you will or as you want to, but I'm just going to set the specular down to about a 0.2 because that's basically the reflection of a human skin, or the refraction of a human skin, especially when it's wet. But you can adjust that to whatever you want it to be. All right. From there, you're going to go over to the UV editing tab, and from here, we will be able to select our feet, press tab if you're not in edit mode already, and we want to be able to reset these, right? So we're going to press U, and then we're going to select reset. So as you can see, we have all these colors. Every single face is basically the entire square. So we're going to come over here to this side of the screen. We're going to press A, press S, and then press 0. And this basically scales everything down to 0, okay? So we want to be able to set these colors, and I want to be able to set this to about a leather color. So we're going to just drag this over like so. And as you can see, we now have our leather color like that. And you can just adjust this to whatever color you feel comfortable. Say, for instance, if I wanted to be able to make this gold, I can simply drag it over here or something like that. And now I have gold feet. So, yes, it's super, super easy to do. All right, so now to be able to export this, I need to simply select the object that I want to be able to export, hold down Shift, and then select, of course, my armature. From there, I'm going to press File, Export as FBX. And then I'm going to find a folder that I want to be able to export as. So right here, I have this going to my desktop folder. Whenever you are exporting models, make sure that you export them to a file that's not located inside of your project folder, mainly because whenever you want to update these files, you don't want to have to deal with the problems back in Unity where it may not update it and it will keep it the same, okay? So it's a good idea to be able to do this outside of Engine, and then you'll just import them into the engine afterwards. So these are, of course, are going to be leather boots. So we're going to call these leather. Actually, no, these are more shoes. So we're going to call these leather shoes. And then we're going to press, well, before we press export, we have a couple things we need to do. All right, so I already have these presets set up. You can set them to whatever your specs are, but you know, this is just mine. Make sure that we limit the selection to selected objects only, okay? You're going to also select just the armature and the mesh. So if all these are selected, simply hold down shift and then select the two that you want, all right? As for all these right here, these are up to you as to what you want to be able to do with them. Try to set it up to Unity standards. So whatever is forward, whatever's up is up, and so on. Now I'm using Unreal's standard here. That's okay. It's not really correct for Unity, but that, like I said, it's okay. We can make adjustments later. All right. Everything else is pretty much, yeah, just there. So you don't need to worry about that. So we're going to hit export as FBX. The next thing I want to be able to do is I want to be able to grab an object that I can render, right? So I set up this camera over here. It's just a normal camera. I'm going to duplicate these shoes right here, and then I can just scale it up. Give myself a nice little image right here, scale it down just a tad bit. And then when I hit the render button, I of course did some settings over here to be able to add a little bit of an outline there, but you can then save that as an image as well. So save as image, as you can see, leather shoes right here. And then you can just press save as image and it's done. All right, so that's all we have to do here, okay? All right, so let's head over into Unity. Now, to be able to import these objects, simply go over to your folder that you want to be able to store your objects in. So I have mine as models, armor. And then from here, I'm going to right click and I'm going to press import new asset. I'm going to find my object, which of course is leather shoes, and I'm going to press import like so. Now, from here, we're going to make sure we have our animation type, which of course is generic because it's not really humanoid. Our skeleton for this model is actually generic. So from here, we're going to say create or copy from other model. We're going to select the avatar that is for the model that you're using, like so. And then we're going to press apply. Boom, done, easy, right? Okay, so now since that's taken care of, we can go ahead and head over to our scriptable objects. So we're going to find our armor. We're going to go over to our feet. We're going to create a brand new equipment. So inventory, new equipment, and we're going to call these leather shoes. So we'll say gives a +1 AP. Go ahead and find our icon. Now, here's the thing though, whenever you import a 2D icon inside of a 3D project, what you have to do, and this is, it sucks, but you gotta do it. You have to find out where you put your icon, right? And then you're going to go over to this texture type and change it to sprite 2D and UI, hit apply, and it's done. I don't know if there's a setting to be able to adjust it. There probably is. I'm just too lazy to go look for it, so yeah. All right, so select your scriptable object again. Go ahead and give it that icon like so. Make sure that the max stack size is equal to 1. Remember what I said about equipments. They should only equal 1 starting off. The type, of course, is feet. I'm not really worried about the value at the moment, so that's not really a problem. We're going to type in our leather feet or leather shoes like so. Hit Control S and boom, we're done. All right, so let's go ahead, grab our player ref, and we're going to find our backpack. So select our backpack. Then we're going to add a model. So let's go ahead and add in our shoes. And we want to give this as 1, like I said. All right, so now if we press play, what's going to happen is we're now going to be able to equip, of course, our shoes without any hassle. So I'm going to press tab. As you can see, our shoes are now here. If I put them on here, we now have the ability to wear shoes. Isn't that awesome? I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, check out some other videos. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave those inside the comment section below. That's what it's for. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.